Legal aspects of merger and acquisition. Analysis of proposal by the companies. Whenever a proposal for amalgamation of or merger comes up, then the management concerned companies look into the pros and cons of the scheme. The likely benefits such as economics of scales, operational economics, improved in efficiency, reduction in cost of benefit of diversification, etc. are clearly evaluated. The likely reactions of shareholders, creditors, and other are also assessed. The taxation implications are also studied. After going through the whole analysis work, it is seems whether the scheme will be benefited or not. It is pursued further only if it is will benefited interested parties. Otherwise, the scheme is shelved. Second, determining the exchange ratios. The amalgamation of merger scheme involve exchange of shares. The shareholders of amalgamated companies are given shares of the amalgamated company. It is very important that a rational ratio of exchange of shares should be decided. Normally, a number of factors like book value per share, market value per share, potential earning, and value of assets be taken over are considered for determining exchange ratio. Third, approval of board directories. After discussing the amalgamation scheme thoroughly and negotiating with the exchange ratio, it is put before the respective board of director for approval. Next, consideration of interest of the creditors. The view of creditors should also be taken into consideration. According to section 391, amalgamation schemes should be approved by majority of creditors in numbers and 3/4 in the value. Approval of shareholders. After the approval of the scheme by the respective board of directors, it must be put before the shareholders. According to this section 391 of Indian Companies Act, the amalgamation scheme should be approved at the meeting of members or class of the merger as case may be. The respective companies representing 3/4 in the value of majority in number, whether present in persons or by proxies. In case of the scheme involve exchange of shares, it is necessary that is approved by not less than 90% of the shareholders in the value of the transferor company to deal effectively with the dissenting shareholders. Approval of the court. After the getting the scheme approval and an application is filled in the court for its sanctions, the court will consider the viewpoint of all parties operating in, if any, before it giving up its consent. It will that the interest for all concerned parties is protected in the amalgamation scheme. The court may accept, modify, reject an amalgamation scheme has order accordingly. However, it is up to the shareholders whether to accept modified scheme or not. It may be noted that no scheme of amalgamation can go through unless the registration of companies sends a report court to the effect that the affairs of the company have not been conducted as to be prejudicial to the interest of its members or to the public interest. 7. Approval of Reserve Bank of India. In terms of section 19 subsection 1 subsection D of the Foreign Exchange Resolution Act 1973, permission of RBI is required for the issue of any security to the person resident outside India. Accordingly, in merger, the transfer company has to obtain permission before issuing shares in exchange of shares held in the transferor company. Further, section 29 restricts the acquisition of whole or any part of any undertaking in Indian which is not resident interest is more than specified percentage.